In this video, we're gonna see the whole process of creating a SemiReal. Starting from editing the footage, in this case I'm gonna be using Premiere Pro. You can use any video editing software you like, to the actual creation of the SemiReal with the SemiReal app. Let's start by importing our footage. 56 video files, this is gonna be big. Let's start with the first establishing shot. What I like to do is import the video in the timeline. We're gonna be removing sound. What I do for videos that run in a loop is simply find a section that I like. In this case, I wouldn't like to have the guy on the bike. So I cut it there, I delete the rest, and I duplicate this part, but on the second part, I reverse the clip. This way, when the video is in a loop, the movement starts and ends the same way it started. This way, when we play from start to end in a loop, the glitch is gonna be less noticeable. Next, we have some moving shots. So we can delete this, clean up the in and out. In this video, we walk towards the driving seat, we open the door, then we want a loop of this scene, and then we have the walk back. So we're gonna cut 3 clips out of this. The first one is just walking toward the car, so we want to end pretty much here. So this is one. Then we want the loop, which can start there and end around here, and then we want closing the door and going back. I'm gonna prepare all the other clips now. Now that I've done everything, I'm gonna record some voiceover, stuff like...
Let's close this up.
Now let's create our SemiReal. In the editor, let's start by uploading all the media. Of course, we can hit create scene and then drag and drop our media in there, but this will take very long time. We can do 2 at a time. I do have 55 more, so let's just do this. And now we wait. Now that we have all the clips in here, it should be pretty easy to put together our SemiReal. First thing, we go to the media library and we add a music soundtrack. Here we go. Now, we want to start from a side view. I've named all the clips so that all the scenes are already named. So what we want to find is side loop. And here it is. So we start with this, set this as a start scene. So now this scene will be the start of our SemiReal. Let's place it here. On this scene, we want to set the music track, Cybertech. Let's set it to maybe 2% volume. And then we can start creating the interactive areas. So we have going to the back of the car. So we create this area, we call it back. Then we have fuel area, fuel. Then we have the back seat, we have the front seat, and we have the front of the car. Now we want these areas to be easily findable by whoever plays the SemiReal. So we're gonna add a shimmer effect to each area in a way that the area shines and the user knows that they can actually click on that. And now that we have that, we can go back to the node system and connect all the areas. So when we go from the side to the front, we connect to that. Then we have side to back, which is here. So we go back, side to back. Then we have side to bed, which is the rear of the car. I named both areas back. This one is bed, fuel. So we've connected bed, back, front, and fuel. Would have been nice if I had named all of them correctly. This one is driver and this one is front driver. All of the areas are connected. Now we need to set up all of the loops for all of these areas. So let's find all the loops. So here we have back loop. This means that when we go side to back on video and we get to the back loop. The back loop has window control, window. We can look inside, interior, and then we have vents, and then we have ports. Okay, next we have the driver loop. This is the front of the car, and in here lights, they're gonna have the same effect. And then we have the hood. And to finish, we need the back. And in here, we're gonna have lights. And then we want to be able to go back to the side of the car. So we're gonna define an area here, side, and only the front. So we want to be able to go back to the side. So we add this side, and then we make all of them shimmering. Let's start with the easy one. The easiest one is the fuel scene because it only has 2 connections. So let's find fuel. So we want fuel details goes to this, and fuel closing the lid goes to that. At the end of this video, we want to go back to the side view, so that's pretty simple. And at the end of this one, we want to go back to this. So this will lead to that when we click on the details, and then it will go back to this if we click on the lid, close the lid and go back. So we're all done with this. This has become green because all of the areas have been utilized. Now let's work on backseat. Let's connect all of these scenes. Done. And let's move to the next. All of these 3 have loops on their own. So let's start with this one. And side goes back to the side loop. And the hood is a new loop. So this one needs to go to hood loop, which is here. 1, top left, bottom right, top right, whatever these things are. And then we can click on this to close the hood. Close. We add the shimmer effect to all the areas, and now everything is again connected correctly. Let's figure out the last 2 remaining, the front seat and the back of the car. So on the inside we want to go back to the front, so back to the driver's seat. Then here we have wipers, screen, rotate, storage, gloves, mirror, glasses. Let's make all of this thing shine, and let's connect our last 10 scenes. Everything has been connected correctly. In the settings, publish is active, which means that it's not reporting any errors. Let's call this BYD Shark Tour. Have a look at some interesting features of this BYD Shark. Before actually publishing it, let's test it. So to test it, we click on play, and now we can try all the features. So let's go to the front. Looks nice. In the front we can turn the lights on. Beep, beep, beep. Really nice. We can open the hood and check out all of those 4 areas. 1. Close it again. And go back to the side. This tab was muted the whole time, I didn't realize. So let's go to the back. Nice. What do we have here? Let's open it.
We can open the bed.
Let's open the back. Pretty cool. Areas are not visible. See, good thing that we checked before publishing, because now we can go back here, find the problematic scene, which is this, and realize I forgot to put the shimmers in here. Let's open this. Let's check this out.
Let's have a look inside. Very spacious bed, lot of hooks. We can put a lot of stuff in there.
Let's jump inside.
Let's get inside. You like portrait mode or landscape mode? We got you covered for both. It's actually pretty cool. Looks futuristic. Here we go, cameras. We can look around the car.
Wipers. So now we can actually go to settings, press publish. So now if you go back to SemiReal, you will actually be able to find it in here and you can try it out for yourself. So give it a go.